Looks like we're almost ready to go. Bean stage. Retrofitter Foundry. We were talking about Retrofitter Foundry earlier on today's stream. There it is.
Welder.
No, it's not insensitive.
Goblin Welder.
Yeah. If you say it's in the context of like Pro Tour formatting, yeah, it's totally casual. If you say it in the sense of skill level, then Legacy is super
Exploration.
Yeah. I just meant like it's not a...
Expiration comes in. It's pretty good. 95% favor for Painter, said Twitch chat. There's Wooded Foothills, getting tapped for mana. Sphere of Resistance. Okay. Interesting. Nice rockin' snow shirt. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Goblin Engineer will be able to search for an artifact now and put it into the graveyard. What will Dave find? Is it going to be something mean? 1230 Gaming, thank you for the resub. 10 months. Appreciate that. It's Chaos Defiler.
Okay, it's destroy and it's not land.
Pretty good. Pretty good with Welder.
We just thought that was the most
It defiles, that's right. Universes beyond, everybody. Hope you're ready for more. I think Universes Beyond is great. I just want to make sure everybody knows I'm joking. I'm not really against Universes Beyond. I think it's been great for Magic. And I'm super pumped that now we have Lord of the Rings. And I know we joke sometimes about what kind of really lame IPs can have secret lairs and sets introduced into Magic. I mean, there are plenty. But what could top Lord of the Rings? Like, for you in the chat, for you in the YouTube comments, what's a bigger... We're talking about fantasy. Let's put aside, like, NBA or something like that. Although that would be really goofy. What could top Lord of the Rings as far as fantasy? Is there anything?
Small room.
Sphere of Resistance is an annoying card.
There's probably something in the anime space that could give Lord of the Rings a run for its money. But Lord of the Rings has to be one of the biggest fantasy story worlds or whatever ever, and ranks at the top. Star Wars possibly. The only reason I don't think Star Wars will ever make it is because it's owned by Disney. At least it is right now. And Disney has their own card game coming out. Dragon Ball? Is Dragon Ball nearly as popular as Lord of the Rings? I honestly don't know. Dune? I also don't think Dune comes close to Lord of the Rings as far as popularity. Dune would be cool, though. I don't know who owns Dune as far as the intellectual property and if that could ever be a fit for Magic the Gathering. I don't know the answer. Crop rotation happening. Sacking Wooded Foothills.
If you had Exhumer or anything like that,
Doctor of Time suggesting Narnia from a literature standpoint. The film's... yeah, Narnia is interesting. Diablo is owned by Blizzard. I don't know if that'll be a fit. But at the same time, I feel like after Lord of the Rings, it's all on the table. Like Lord of the Rings, in a way, legitimized Magic, in my opinion, like it had never been before. It's like leveled up in some way. Am I right on that?
So I believe that when you
Do people agree?
targets, if I respond by destroying this, you don't get it. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. You're choosing those two things.
Yeah.
Okay, so choosing Great Furnace and Chaos Defiler, Eric confirming that if either one no longer exists, the Goblin Welder ability will be stopped, and that is true, but it goes through here. Chaos Defiler hits the board.
I'll destroy.
17 off the field.
Sphere of Resistance is destroyed. Crop Rotation will now resolve.
Yeah.
And there's Dark Depths. And that is the game. Just the generation after me would disagree and say some other franchise or world is more relevant than Lord of the Rings, but or maybe an older generation would feel differently. Scalding Tarn getting cracked. Mountain. Is it possible we'll see multiple Lord of the Rings editions over the next couple of years? Seems possible. If instead of kind of they're sets without any flavor, like Double Masters or Ultimate Masters and those sets, even Modern Horizons that don't really have flavor. They're just kind of like reprints. Modern Horizons obviously has brand new cards, but if those were Lord of the Rings or Universes Beyond from now on, it could be interesting. And we see with the new Wasteland, the new Caracas, the new Urborg, all these cards that were reprinted with new names in Lord of the Rings box toppers. We could see reprint sets where the cards we know and love, like Force of Will and, whatever needs reprints, fetch lands, whatever. Just have new names and new flavor and be Dragon Ball or Lord of the Rings or whatever. These are the things that are on my mind these days. I'm pumped about Lord of the Rings. I think it's super cool. And it's huge for Magic. It's huge for us as legacy players. A lot of people, hopefully, will try our game for the first time in coming years because they like Lord of the Rings or they like Doctor Who or Assassin's Creed or whatever. And some of them, even if it's 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000, some of them will play Legacy. And I think that's great. Waiting for a Goblin Engineer trigger to resolve here. And over the last couple of years, I kind of make fun of it sometimes, but we have lost some Legacy players. We have lost some Magic players who just said, you know what, this Universes Beyond stuff is not for me. I'm selling my collection, and I'm out of here. I don't know how many people that was, and to be completely honest, I don't care. I say good riddance, goodbye. I really need them. But all right, that's Ensnaring Bridge in the graveyard. That'll be good against Marit Lage if it makes it to the table. But you know, we do need new people picking up our game and for formats like Legacy to continue on playing Legacy. All right, Goblin Welder attacks. All right, I got it all out, everybody. I said everything I had to say. Thank you for listening. So people get bored. When I'm not commenting on what's happening in the game, some people get really upset. But as all of you know that watch our live streams, we provide in-depth analysis on every game action. Am I going to flame old school next? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But
Let him have fun.
Go to 5.
I mean, of course, it's very scary. It's like staring at a comet or a messenger.
G.I. Joe would be cool. Is G.I. Joe still like active? Like, are they still putting out new toys? Cartoons? Anything? Like, I honestly don't know. I have no idea.
Go. Yeah.
G.I. Joe does feel American. Yeah, that's true. Wouldn't want that. Come for the unhinged rant, stay for the expert analysis. Exactly.
Spinel. Go.
Okay, some people like my rants. Some. Very few. Slowly watching the Descendants of Madness. Yeah. Magic cards.
Yeah.
So that's a Horizon Canopy. And now Goblin Welder is being activated, targeting Soul Guide Lantern and Ensnaring Bridge. Ensnaring Bridge, once again, will be good against Marit Lich. So now Horizon Canopy is getting tapped for mana and sacking to cast Crop Rotation, which will resolve.
I mean, like.
And is this going to be Bajuka Bog? It is.
Yeah, but also like.
All right, so Ensnaring Bridge is gone. That's rough. Master of the Universe. I did not even know there was a Netflix series. And Buds, you're a little bit older than me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how popular that is. I really just don't know. I don't really know anything. I know nothing about anime. I really know nothing. I didn't grow up watching it. Other than Pokemon here and there, I never really paid attention. But what would be the biggest anime IP to make a Magic set on? Something that makes sense. What would be the biggest one? One Piece Naruto? Okay. But there's already a One Piece card game, right? Is that right? And is there a Naruto card game? All right, Fairy Macabre fired off here. This Crucible of Worlds hits the table. So One Piece might be unlikely if it already has its own card game, right? Unlikely. We don't know at this point. Lord of the Rings, I think, changes things a bit. Where other big IPs might be like, I want in on this Magic money. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. They want our money, everybody. It's all a money grab. Announcing announcements about money grab. That's all they do.
If I had literally anything to follow that up with,
It would have been great.
Demon Slayer? I never even heard of Demon Slayer.
I needed a Force of Vigor so bad. I'm like, oh my god, give me one Force of Vigor, I'll unlock my entire hand.
What about like video games? What would be the biggest video game? Like, would it be Oblivion or something like that? Or what's the one, The Witcher? I saw that Gwent is discontinued.
Good games? Question mark.
Super Mario. You know what? Mario is a possibility, honestly. For a secret lair, that might work. Goblin Welder doing its thing here. As Dark Depths is found.
Like, I mean, I wouldn't keep that hand if it wasn't like 2 haymakers. Plus, it's not like I'm gonna get better 5.
Do you want to do that?
I have to just believe that I would draw.
If I made a mistake, that's fine. Yeah, that's my mistake.
And then when I finally get the formatting,
Okay, so Welder is not getting activated after all. I think there was some confusion about timing. Dark Depths is now on the table.
Oh, you want your hand of show and tell, and you do 3 more copies of Grief in the deck if you do like
Play Wasteland. Second land return.
Toller Eric pointing out the discussion there was whether Dave could respond to the land drop. You cannot.
I have nothing to give.
I'll pass you with the second, with the construct making trigger on the stack. I'm gonna waste it, so you draw.
allows you to.
Construct making goes on there. Wasteland.
top it.
Yeah.
And then I have to figure out where to get.
So Urza Saga tap for mana, full to mana. Lotus Petal.
Let's see. I have showing so like top deck, Traxa, or Archon.
Is it better to waste like an upkeep? So Dave doesn't get a mana here? Not sure. Okay, that's going to be pretty good. Here's a moon. Okay, well, then the Marilage gets created, and that is the match. All right.